As the repercussions of the Arab Spring continues across the world, the actions of Muslims and countries perpetuating Islamic values are making headlines on a daily basis. Violent uprising causing destructions of property and communities has become the norm to protest against their own governments. Yet, in the midst of this turmoil and many others, one voice, one community is flying the flag of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, teaching peace, loyalty, and brotherhood. It is related that the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that his people would be divided into 73 sections. All of them will be in the fire except one. That 73rd sect, he said, would be those who will be like the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions. Only a cursory glance at the state of the world and the 73rd sect of Islam is necessary to prove that the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat is that blessed sect which resembles the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions. It is only this Jamaat which not only strives to practice the true teaching of Allah Almighty, but protects the image and the character of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a day and age where others are out to malign it.
Today, it is only the Ahmadiyya community that is telling both parties that neither have some of the so-called scholars amongst the Muslims understood the beautiful teachings of Islam, nor have some amongst the non-Muslims truly done justice to finding the truth.
Even in the face of oppression, injustice and violence, true Islam calls for peace and reasoning and enlightening the world with the power of the pen. The Jamaat's approach to jihad of the pen is rooted in the Holy Quran and the Sunnah of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat which has not stopped this great struggle and is using it to usher in the revival of Islam through a peaceful intellectual process initiated by the promised Messiah and Mahdi, Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad alayhi salam.
In terms of the role of our community, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, we hold a passionate desire to establish peace and to end cruelty in light of the true Islamic teachings.
More than anything else, the Khalifa of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat has continuously urged the community to ultimately put one's trust in sincere prayer. As American pastor burns our sacred book, cartoonists malign our prophet, and as the so-called Muslim world rises up in anger, our Khalifa reminds us to invoke blessings upon the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and turn our anguish into prayer.
Just to take one aspect, is that every week Hazur Yaqtas gives a sermon in which he rights the wrongs that are being said about Islam, about the character of the Holy Prophet. Whenever there is an issue, whether it's Danish cartoons, whether it is movies about Islam which give the wrong impression, Hazur Yaqtas is at the forefront. Then, apart from the sermons, under the leadership of Hazur, the Jamaat is going worldwide very proactively to try and correct the image of Islam. In the UK for the past 2 or 3 years, we started a bus campaign where the message of Islam, love for all, hatred for none, along with words such as justice, equality, peace, is emblazoned. Whenever you're driving along, we often see these buses. And this is another example of the unity of our Jamaat, that when other countries saw this success, they continued and built on this. So now we see the same being done in America, in Germany, in Canada and other countries.
But this should, ladies and gentlemen, come as a surprise to no one, to anyone who knows this community. Ahmadis are renowned throughout the world for their devotion to peace, universal brotherhood, and the will of God, the core principles of true Islam.
As such, our concept of Islam is so beautiful and so well poised that it has started attracting attention all over the world. People from the north, from the south, from the west, from the east, all over the world joining Ahmadiyya at a greater speed, which is now turning into not a speed but acceleration. Everywhere you will find more number of people joining Ahmadiyya and finding peace.
Despite continued persecution, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat remains steadfast in proclaiming that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger, avoiding political strife. It carries on its advocacy for the rights of Allah Almighty's creatures, flying the banner of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat champions the empowerment of all people, rich or poor, male or female. It will withstand all forms of persecution, verbal or physical, to protect and promote the true teaching and the character of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as ambassador of love, the Prince of Peace.